Hello, my Gemini rising friends. Sandra from ForYourChi.com. We're here today to do your monthly tarot and oracle card reading for November of 2021. Thank you all so much for being here. You guys pulled very different messages than the rest of the zodiac, so this will be interesting to deliver how this is going to turn out here and how I interpret all of these cards. I'm using a brand new oracle deck. This is called Angel Answers from Radley Valentine, and my teenager bought me this deck. I'm so excited, and I just love the way that it jives with the psychic tarot that I use. Your first house here, you have patience. So I feel like you guys are waiting on something that hasn't happened in the timing that you expected it. And you are being asked to be extra patient. Now, the Angel Oracle card that I pulled is It's Up to You. And this could be sort of a pause moment for you to figure out what exactly it is that you're going to manifest next. And this could be really heavily on your mind at the beginning of November here. What do I want to work on next? Because there's so much going on in your life, Gemini, that it's hard to focus. I actually asked the deck, the Oracle deck, for a clarification on this card, which I rarely do. And I got opportunity. So something may present itself to you in November, and in other words, you've been waiting on something to come in, like news on a contract or news from someone about doing something. It didn't come in. They're asking you to be patient because everything is being worked out behind the scenes, divine timing, you know the story, yada, yada, right? But it also could be that there's a new opportunity on its way to you, and that's why the other thing was delayed. Obviously, that's not going to be a message for all of you, but it's definitely going to ring true to someone out there who watches this. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can you hear the angel trumpets sounding right now? For real. You guys pulled the biggest money card in your money house, material harvest. What? Expect it to rain prosperity down on you, Gemini, in the month of November. Now, for some of you, this could be a major gift that is being given to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big fat check, however. It could be an expensive piece of jewelry that someone gifts you, or a family heirloom, or something that you've always wanted is coming to you, and you all are reaping the benefits of the harvest. Congratulations. What is our advice card? Don't blow it all on one item. It's going to be so exciting when you're receiving that you may want to go buck wild with the debit card or the credit card, but they're telling you to hold back, okay? If you do get this sum of money in November, I would advise you to squirrel most of it away. Put it away somewhere where it's going to be safe. You know, I wouldn't go to the casino with it, with a big portion of it, and I wouldn't put it all in a certain one investment account because you just never know, right? An investment is a gamble, is it not? So even though the money's coming in, you shouldn't do what you had in mind for it. I'll just say it that way. Save it for a rainy day, okay? Whatever way you think is best. Now, listen, let me go back to this. This is not to say that, if you guys need something, you need something, right? If you need a new, I don't know, your toilet is broken, you're going to have to fix it. It's just the way it goes. Your car is broken, you're going to have to fix it. Now, should you replace it with a Lamborghini? Not right now, right? Not right now. Now this is the 8th video that I've done for November for these forecasts. The Devil card has not shown up until you're reading. Luckily, it's not in another house, but the house of your brother or sister. If you have a brother or sister who is an alcoholic or a drug addict or some sort of addict, and they have been on the sober train, it's possible that they may jump off the train this month. Now, the other possibility is your brother or sister, and this could always be someone who you consider a sibling. I know people that say, well, my cousin, I feel like my cousin is my sister, or brother, sister-in-law, right? Or stepbrother, sister. This could be any of the above. It's going to be different for all of you, of course. This could be someone who is acting up, brother or sister-wise, and they are acting completely out of character. They're acting wacky. Their behavior is terrible, and you can't figure it out. It's because they have a problem. Do you follow what I'm saying? Those who follow me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Their energy has been compromised by the darkness. That's what I'm saying to you. So, you know, it's very difficult to fix this situation in either of the above, all of the above scenarios that I'm describing, because in the first example that I gave to you, you know, if they're a recovering alcoholic and they've jumped off the wagon, then what are you going to do about it, right? You've probably already tried and beaten that horse to death, and it's just not happening. You know, it's up to this person to fix it. Now, we actually pulled the recovery card. I didn't even know there was a recovery card in this deck. Seriously. So, the first example that I gave to you about the addict is going to ring true to most of you. And they need to get back on the recovery wagon train. Okay, 4th house, house of home, accelerated motion, where you guys currently live right now, guys and gals. This could also be talking about your father. This is typically saying yes to something that brings major life lessons. And usually it's not the good kind of lessons. So, if the Gemini and Gemini rising people are looking at new houses, or looking at hiring a contractor to do some major work in your house, or your father could say yes to an opportunity that's not great for him, I would double, triple, quadruple rethink my decisions here that I'm making with my house this month. If I were Gemini or Gemini rising, I would tell my father to do the same. For those of you that have fathers who are still on this planet and father figures. Now, we did pull If You Believe here. Actually, I'm getting a message that I don't normally get with this card. For some of you, not all of you, this is going to be about a future move. So you're not in the move right now. You're not even really looking right now. But it's going to happen eventually. And I feel like some of you are actually going to see a shooting star. And if you see a shooting star and you want to move, I would make a very specific wish on that star. You know, if you want a certain location, save a location. I would get as very specific as possible. Because with this message about believing, this is manifestation right here. And that is huge. And, you know, your father could actually be making his own wishes at this time, which is pretty cool. 5th house. Okay, your dating life, Gemini. And also your social circle. Prosperity begins. So this is you planting the seed of something new. This could be you going out and to a new group, getting invited to a new group of friends, circle of friends. An acquaintance invites you to something fun, and you're saying yes. Now, for some of you, this could be saying yes to someone new who has asked you out on a date. And I'm gonna show you why I think that with this card. Why I'm getting that. You've got reconsider. So, in a normal circumstance, you would say no to this, but you need to reconsider because there are more. I feel like there's a multitude of blessings that are going to come from this situation. It's so vast that you cannot wrap your mind around it right now. But all it's going to take is planting this one little itty bitty seed of yes. And it's just going to be, it's going to spread like wildfire in a really good way, okay? So just say yes. Now, we've got the 6th house, work and health, triumph. So this is you working hard here, and it might be you working hard solo. This is my Knight of Swords card in the traditional deck, which means swift action. You're taking swift action in the work or health department. You could also go on some sort of major diet this month. And you need to be assertive. For many of you, this is going to be talking about your work, your job. Yes, you're being the boss, not necessarily you being the top boss, but you're being the boss as far as get it done, right? And taking names. So you're going to need to be calling out people who are not helping the process here. And, for some of you that this is talking about a diet, this is going to be aggressive with that diet, continue on this path with the diet and exercise. Not for all of you. Consult your doctor first. This is not medical advice, obviously. Okay, here we go. Suffering in silence, 7th house. A relationship drains you, Gemini. Does that surprise you? You're doing all the work yourself. You're running in circles. And your partner's not listening, but you're also not stating what you need here. Now, for some of you single Gemini, Gemini rising people, this is going to be because you are single, right? Which makes total sense. But I feel like you don't have to stay single if you don't want to. There definitely could be someone out there for you, and rewind, if you don't know what I mean, rewind this message and go back and re-listen to what I said about your 5th house. You do have compromise here, so the majority of you are going to be coupled or are going to meet someone in the month of November. Or for some of you, shortly thereafter. I just got that message. And, Geminis like to tell people no a lot, right? They really do. Even if they don't say the word no, they're thinking that. Because you are not going to tell a Gemini what to do. However, in this month, there needs to be a lot more yeses and cooperation from you than no. Because the more you say no and the more you put out the energy no, the more you are actually pushing back the answer to your prayers, Gemini. I'm going to repeat that. You need to say yes a lot more in November. Otherwise, you could be harming yourself more than you are helping. 8th house, wow, the intimacy department does not look great. It looks like you're just going through the motions. You're not having a lot of fun here. And obviously, if you're single, then you're saying yes. That's exactly right. What is the advice card? Remain positive. Okay, I'll take that message, because that means that this is about to turn the corner for you in a very good way. Congratulations. I feel like I've just gone on and on in your reading for some reason. Ninth house, travel and your school, for those of you that are in school. The World card, this is the World card in traditional tarot. It says that something is coming full circle here and that you are going to get what you want. Now, this could be a trip, certainly. This could be somebody that's actually graduating in their class soon, for those of you that are in school right now. There's something about asking your angels here. So it's going to be very important for you to keep an open line of communication between yourself and the divine about what it is you're going to do next after this happens here. Where am I going next? Give me a sign, right? Your 10th house rules your career. For those of you that this is not talking about career, it's going to be talking about your mother or someone that you would consider a mother. Triumphant success is the Ace of Swords in traditional tarot. It says that yes, after your battle of blood, sweat, and tears, there is going to be a victory. There is going to be a payoff. Now, for a lot of you, you could have a mother or a mother figure who has not been well and who's battling some sort of health issue, because we have this health improves, improving health. I mean, this is major. It's a major shift, and it looks like for the better. So congratulations to her on that, for those of you that it pertains. Your 11th house rules your children. For those of you that don't have children, it's talking about your best friend. Sacral chakra. So this says that your child or your best friend is going around saying, I want this, I want that. In other words, they don't have it, they're not grateful. And I just thought of this example today. On my birthday, a couple of years ago, my teenager was complaining that there was nothing to eat in the house. I know they do this, right? There's nothing to eat in the house. And I had several friends over because we were getting ready to go out to celebrate my birthday. And I opened the refrigerator and I told her in front of all of these people, look, this refrigerator is stacked full of really good things to eat. I'm not talking like peanut butter and jelly or just condiments. I mean really good food. Not junk food, but good, tasty food. And I'm not talking about, kale and celery. And I said to her, this is abundance. This refrigerator and this pantry and these cabinets, this is abundance. And you need to be thankful for this. And you need to get on board with this abundance. Because if you are not on board with this abundance, you are actually pushing this away. You're pushing away what you want, which is something good to eat, which is exactly what you're complaining about right now. Does that make any sense to you? No, it definitely does not. And because we are so close to the holiday season, I feel for someone out there, they have a child who is wishing for something for Christmas that is extravagant and extraordinary. And yes, this could be some sort of ridiculous gaming console that is outrageously expensive, right? It's not looking good for Christmas for them, and I'm not talking about your ability to provide it either. I'm talking about their ability to manifest it and receiving it. There's no time like the present to teach your children right now how to receive and manifest. And the best way to do that is to put on the movie The Secret and make them watch it. And they may do it kicking and screaming like mine. What is the secret to manifestation? Trust this process. And, of course, detach from the outcome, which is very important. The other shows that I would recommend watching, if you can call it up on whatever network or search out there, it might even be on YouTube. And I say this, but I haven't quite often, but I haven't said it in a while. There used to be this show on cable called I Won the Lottery or I Won the Jackpot. And it was stories about different people who, their story of how they won the jackpot. And 99% of them, if you listen to the story, it went something like, well, I bought a ticket and then I just forgot about it. I wasn't expecting to win, or it was my first time buying a ticket. I got the ticket. I put it away somewhere. I hid it on myself. I couldn't find it for a while. And then all of a sudden, I saw on the news that the corner store that I bought my ticket at, someone actually won the jackpot. And I thought, I need to go search for my ticket. And sure enough, it was me. I won that jackpot. Now that is a story, a perfect classic example of how to detach from the outcome, which is trusting the process. I know I went the long way around explaining that, but it's very important for you guys to get it so that you can explain it to your child here, or your best friend, of course. They need to know these things. It's going to make their life so much easier. And if their life is easier, we all know that your life is easier as their parent. Your 12th house, mental conflict, this is the future card. Look for this in the month of February or thereabouts. You are confused, Gemini. Someone or something is throwing you mixed signals and you're not quite sure what to do next. I love this message. There's no need to worry about it. It's going to work itself out. Now, a lot of times when I get this card, I tell the client, you need to do your due diligence research. And if this is a person who is throwing you mixed signals, you need to ask them a lot of questions, particularly face-to-face or FaceTime if you can get it, so that you can read the vibe on what's coming from their face and make sure it matches the words that are coming out of their mouth. If it doesn't match, you know that you are not being told the truth and there's a problem here, and that you are going to have to get to the bottom of it. This message is for very few of you. I do not feel like it's for all of you, because I feel like the majority of you, the message is, don't worry about it. It's all going to work out without you really being involved. Thank you so much for watching, Gemini and Gemini Rising friends. I felt like I carried on your reading, and it's because I really did. I really motor-mouthed more than usual, and I apologize. Many blessings to you in November. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you next month.